Howdy, howdy. Know who says that? Howdy, howdy. Oh, what is that? I think it's from South Park. Can't think of the little turd. I can't think of his name. He wears a little Santa hat. Oh, I can't think of his name. But he says, howdy, howdy. Anyways, how y'all doing today? I'm doing lovely. Doing great. What are y'all thinking about everything going on? It's crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. You know, I want to make a video of this. Me and my buddies at work, we were, everybody's talking about what's going on right now. Everybody is. And we all got our different views. We all don't agree with each other, but we all can relate to each other. So, that's what people are supposed to do. We're supposed to talk. We're supposed to figure stuff out and work together, But, like all people, like all of us, majority of us, I think, we all got this idea. I guess the good people, the ones with the open minds, I don't know. But I just know I got an open mind, and a lot of my friends have open minds. And I was telling them, when I first heard about this whole thing going around, and what people was on YouTube was saying about toilet paper aisles, paper towels, everything being bought up and out, I was like, at first I was like, oh, it's got to be a joke, There ain't no way, it's got to be a joke. So I was like, well, I got to go to the store here and, I had to get up and go to work, but I was like, I got to go to the store later at night. I said, I'll just go to the store. And while I'm there, knowing I don't need toilet paper right now because I just bought some way before all this even started. So, the news-wise even started. So, I said I'll stop by work or after work and go grocery shopping for some stuff. Well, I decided to go down the toilet paper aisle just for shits and giggles, I got something in my eye or my eye's just I got nerves wanting to twitch. You know how sometimes you get that eye, it just wants to start twitching on you. It's irritating. But anyways, so I went walking down that aisle, and I be dang, that whole aisle was gone. Like, they even had signs hanging up saying 2 to a person. So they were rationing, I guess is the word, rationing it out, rationing it out. And I was just like, what? Out of all things, toilet paper. Out of all things. Hey, didn't get this. So I was like, well, alright, this is funny. I didn't video it, take pictures. I'm not a photo boy. I'm not that kind of a person. That was the last thing on my mind. I just laughed, in shock. I guess it more is like it was laughing in shock that people are that nuts. But I was like, well, I need to get some milk, because it was next aisle over in the refrigerator aisle. And I turned that corner, went around it, and oh my God, no milk. There was no tea. The only thing that was there was a little bit of juice, different types of juice, orange juice, but I was just like, what? Are people waiting at the crack of dawn to get a jump on the stock? But yeah, that's what I was telling my buddies, and they were all saying the same thing, that people are crazy. People are nuts. There is, and I was telling my buddy, and hint, this is where I'm making this video. I'm wanting to let everybody know what you all, not saying all y'all doing this. You subscribers to me who know me, I'm not putting that out there towards you all. But if you are one of these people that are hoarding stuff and stocking stuff and just buying everything that you can in one swipe, stop it. Stop it. There is no need for that, okay? Now, unless, I will stop there, unless you are trying to help family members out and sharing some of it with your family because they can't go out and get it in time or whatever, I will put that beside the point. I won't condemn you on that. But if you are one of those people that are just going out and hoarding food, overstocking on stuff, I mean, if you got the room in your freezer to do it, even at that, just get a little by little, okay? You don't have to go out and, all y'all that are doing this, Jesus, for God's Christ, I mean, what are you teaching your kids? I mean, we're teaching our children. Now, I say this, we teaching our children. I have no kids. But I'm saying, I'm relating this as my parents taught me. And that's what I'm not understanding here. My parents taught me, and I just talked to my neighbor. about the same thing. Because she was out there pumping her tire up. And I went out, forgot some stuff out of my truck, so I went out to get, and then, of course, bumped into each other, just making conversation. I was asking about her tire while she's pumping it up, and if I could help her, I was just trying to figure out. But she had it all under control, Told me she had it patched. Now the patch is leaking, and of course they're all closed now. But she said, it ain't no big deal. I just air the tire up every so many few days. And I told her, I've got some patch kits or whatever. If the tire won't stay aired up, if it starts leaking more, let me know, I'll go out there and patch it. It'll last a lot longer, but it's a temporary patch, But I was talking to her about the whole situation, the ordeal. And I was telling her and explaining to her, just like my buddies at work, our parents taught us to share and to not fight. Especially with our siblings. Don't fight with your sister. Don't fight with your brother. Share your toys. And then, yet, when some crap breaks out or something, everybody freaks out from what the media is over putting it, I think. I think the media is blowing it all out of proportion. People freak out. And they just forget everything. Forget what you taught your kids. Forget everything. It's all for me. It's all for this. All for that. Stop it. For God's sake, stop it. Your kids are still looking at you. They're still watching you. How's that going to make them think? Well, aren't we supposed to share? Oh, no. We can't share now. We got to worry about ourselves. Jesus Christ. I'm a good neighbor. I talk to my neighbors. I'm a good neighbor. I'm going to be there for my neighbors. And I'm letting you all know, you all should be there for your neighbors. Stop talking on the phone. Stop texting. Stop putting crap out on social media. If y'all want to put some stuff out there on social media, get to know your neighbors. Get to know their Facebooks. If you deal in Facebook, I don't. But get to know them. And then be friends with them on Facebook. And then start posting stuff on Facebook, okay? But I'm going to tell y'all something. Be true to your word. If you saying that you're going to help somebody and a neighbor comes to you and they need help and you can help them, don't be stingy. Do not be stingy, because I'm letting you know this, because that neighbor might not be like you. And there's going to be a time, and I promise you, because karma is every bit true to her word, will come back around and bite you in the rear end at your most vulnerable point. And that neighbor, you better hope, if you're being stingy to that neighbor, and the day that you need help, that neighbor gives you the help, and they know that you probably could have helped them if they know you well enough, and yet they might be at their lowest and they're still going to help you, you better feel like crap. You better feel like poo. And shame on you. We all have to stick together. We're all human beings. I know y'all might live close together. We all ignore each other, kinda. I mean, we all got our own things going on. We all ain't trying to bother one another. Going to work, doing whatever. But Jesus Christ, don't get used to that. And then to think that you can't help your neighbor. We're people, for God's sakes. What if they was working with you? What if... That's the best way to look at it. What if they was working with you? You work with a bunch of people. You're friendly with those people. You trust those people. You know those people. You help them. I know people help their co-workers with different stuff at work. But I know they do. Because I've heard it. I've lived around it. I know it. There's a lot of good people out there. Great people. There's very, very good people. Don't treat your neighbors different just because you might not know them or you don't choose to want to know them. Talk to them. Even if the neighbors that you barely know. Get out there and just say hi to them and get a feel for them. If they don't want to interact with you, then you know those are the ones that you don't need to probably be around. They're probably stuck up or got personal issues going on in their life and they don't feel like being messed with, you know. But I'm just letting you all know, and if you're a man out there, I'm not saying it's your duty. There are men that, they might have husbands out there. But we all know our neighbors. It ain't hard to know who's home, who's not. But to keep an eye out for the women and for the children. And to be the protector, the Christian protector, for when their husbands are out, maybe still have work. And, I'm not saying I don't have work. I still go to work. But I'm just saying, for the ones that have the necessities to do the protection, if you see something in your home, be the good man that you are, that God wants you to be, and you see something, I know a lot of people would say call the police first thing. Yeah, you should still call the police, but make sure that you're there for them, especially if you know them. I mean, what if it's a kid? What if somebody's being attacked and somebody's trying to break into a home? And then you got some kid out there screaming, or a teenager or something saying, stay out of my house. I mean, when duty is called and that father or husband ain't there, help your neighbor. That's what God would want. Help. And I'm trying to instill this in the men. The neighbors, the manly neighbors, watch your neighbors. Help them out. Because we all are people. We all need to help each other out. I'm one of them. I watch my neighbors. I know who's all married, and that don't mean that I'm looking for an easy access or a breakup. No, I'm not that. I'm a single man for a reason. I want to be single. I'm comfortable being single. I've got a dog. I've got my life, got my house. And I've got the means to help people. And I've got the heart. I've got, I guess you could say I got what God gave me. He gave me a good heart. He gave me a good spirit. He gave me value for people. You know? And I would be there to protect my neighbors. I would be there to fend off criminals and harm. And that's what I'm trying to let others know. And most men know. Most men would be there for their neighbors during a harm or during a break-in or whatever. Most good people would be. I just know it because I've got plenty of guys at my work I talk with. They got neighbors. And that they agree with me. Same thing. They'd be there for their neighbors and their neighbors' kids. Trust me, your neighbors are going to be there for you. But you have to make sure that you let it be heard, you know. Let it be known. But if you come knocking at somebody's door at 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning, just make sure you let yourself know that if that man's family's in the house, he ain't going to answer that door right away. He going to be a little leery because he don't know who you are. It's 3 or 4 in the morning. You probably just woke him up. But he gonna be more about his family than you. But that's normal. That's normal. And if you got a little fight going on with your boyfriend, husband, or whatever, he ain't trying to get his family involved in that either. So first thing he gonna do is call the police. Be like, I got a civil dispute going on right now. I need somebody out here. Hopefully they make it out there, you know. But he might not let you in the house because he don't want nothing to happen to his family. So I'm just saying, you know, don't be knocking at people's door at 3 or 4 in the morning if you're upset. Not a good idea. But also, we teach our kids. Again, I don't have kids, but we teach our kids. Put it this way. My nephews and nieces, I'd be the same way. Don't be fighting with your sister. Don't fight with your brother. Share your toys. Share stuff. And yet, we got people out here that's got kids. And got their kids with them. And they're hoarding stuff. Taking stuff. And doing the total... What are you teaching your kids? That's like a mixed communication for kids. It's like, Mom, Dad, you don't need that much. But of course, you know, kids probably don't understand, don't get it. Oh no, we need this, we need all this. No, you don't. Take in your means, and I gotta put a little of that aside. Yeah, if you're helping your cousins, aunts, uncles, whatever, other family members out because they can't get it. I understand that. okay? I would disregard that. But if you're just doing it to hoard, don't. Stop. Don't do that. We've got factories that are still working. They're still bringing in products. They're still making sure we will still be able to go to stores, pharmacies, and get what we need, even on lockdown. I mean, or at least that's what they've been telling us, okay? There is no need to hoard. And again, I'm here to tell you, share with your brothers and sisters, because we were all created from the same being. We are all here to coincide with each other and help one another, and not just keep going and doing what you're doing. Yeah, some do that, but I'm telling you, there are some out there that aren't like that. We are out there for you. We're there to help if we can. I mean, look at me. I'm CPR trained in CPR. That's something I signed up for. That's for my company. That's what I do. And if something happens and I'm there, and they know I'm certified in it, I'm there to help you, or at least try. But there are citizens out there like me who are driving along every day, and if there's a car accident and it's too bad, and we happen to be driving by that one day, and we notice that when we slow down and look, check things out, that you could use help, and we think we can help, and it's safe to help. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're there for you. We're gonna be there. We want to be there. And that's the way you should be. Don't be hoarding stuff. I mean, be good to your fellow neighbors, your fellow people. We go to the grocery store. Nobody talks to each other. Nope. No, everybody. I'm like this. I mean, we all. Well, I can't say I'm totally like that, because there's times that I interact with people and make jokes, and that's just who I am, though. Sometimes I go out of my way, and I probably shouldn't, to make a joke and just interact with people. But that's just me. I don't know if you know anything about a Virgo or not, but we can be spontaneous at times. We can be energetic. We can be fun. We can be exciting. And that, you catch me on one of those days, which is here and there, it's miss or make, You'll have a great time with me. Even if you don't know me, you'll get a good chunk of my personality, and you'll love it, because most Virgos, we're good people. That's just who we are. Geminis are great people. Geminis are out there. They're off the charts. They're thinking about, but that don't mean they're bad people. It just means that mind of theirs they're intelligent. Geminis are intelligent people. If you want to learn something from somebody, learn it from a Gemini, because Geminis are very intelligent. You can learn a lot from them, because their mind is everywhere. They're learning everything. They want to learn everything. And they do a lot of different things too. And there's a lot of Geminis out there. Lots. I get along great with Geminis. I get along great with Scorpios to an extent. Some Scorpios would rather just much be left alone. makes it hard to socialize with them sometimes because they want to be like a scorpion. You know, they want to be under that rock. They want to be left alone. If you step on them or you get them at the wrong time, then they bring out that stinger and they let you know. And usually when they bring out the stinger, they don't get back to you. They won't say nothing. And that usually means you just gotta let them get back to you when they're ready, you know. But that's what people are. We have to understand everybody. We have to understand each other. And we all have to share. When things get bad, we have to, within your means, have to help each other. I'm not saying if you can't help somebody, don't help somebody. But if you want to, that's up on you. But me personally, to an extent, I've got the means to help my neighbors. And I'm not saying I've stockpiled or nothing. I haven't done any of that. But my dad has always taught me to be frugal with things just in case something happens. That was just how I was brought up, you know. So, guess what? Something happened. Now there's a big thing, and I've got it in my means, to an extent, to help a few neighbors if I need to. But you can bet your ass that I'll defend my place as well. He taught me that too. My dad taught me that too. But I guess the main point of this video is long. The main point of it is that stop hoarding, stop being selfish, and just get within your means that you need to get. And also know, put it in the back of your head that there are others out there that need what you're getting. I mean, we already got mayors telling their citizens this. When did common sense just get dropped out from the bottom of our ass and then lost? And here we are teaching our kids to not fight, to share their toys, and yet you're out there doing the same thing that you're teaching your kids not to do. What's that telling your kids? That's like mixed signal. And why do you think men and women can't get along these days? Because communication, mixed signals. We all need to be teaching the same thing. If we're all teaching different stuff, it's a wonder why our society is the way it is. No one trusts one another. It's because we've got television programming us to different crap that is nonsense and don't need to be out there, if you ask me. And they're teaching our kids the same stupid material. And then we send them off to school into these state-taught facilities while we're away at work trying to worry about our own household, make payments on our house, make payments on, bring in food, and we can't always be there to make sure what our children are being taught. When they're being taught stuff off the wall, I know you parents understand what our kids are learning these days. And again, I say I know I don't have no kids, but I'm just saying, I've got buddies that's got kids, and they tell me what they're being taught, and it's like, and they don't agree with it. But I'm just like, you're not in there arguing. Some of them are, some aren't. Some of them are just like, they try to tell their kids, well, you keep learning that, know that you were brought up different. Don't let that crap soak into your head. But it's just like, gosh, it blows my mind. I don't know, it's wild. Teach your kids the right thing. And I'm going to tell you what, when you teach your kids the right thing, make sure you do the same thing that you teach them, okay? If you're going to go off and hoard stuff, teach your kids to hoard stuff, for God's sakes. Don't be a hypocrite. Jesus Christ. If you're going to be a hypocrite, at least teach your kids to be one too. I don't care if this makes anybody mad, you trolls out there or whoever. If I'm just trying to be honest. I'm trying to be an adult, trying to y'all are being lunatics out there. Y'all being selfish. If y'all know anything about the Bible, it talks about this. Help your fellow man. Help your fellow woman. And why do you think we got stores out there opening up for elderlies so they can go in there for 2 hours to get their food? And then when everybody's out, then the other people can come in. Because you are running over the elderly. Respect your elders. What happened to that? What happened to respecting your elderly? What? I respect my mom and dad. If I don't agree with something my dad has to say, I don't get mad at him. Yeah, I might kind of disagree, quite a bit disagrees in some areas, but I don't condemn him for it. That's he has that right. For God's sakes, you people need to have that right to let them have that right. I just don't understand people these days. What happened to teaching your kids the same thing that you need to be, I guess, learning or retaught? I'm going to leave it at that because this thing's going to go on and on and on. It just blows my mind. It irritates me. It kind of upsets me. And it upsets my neighbors to see what people are doing. So I know it's upsetting people. And they all agree with me. Or at least the ones that I talk to. And they understand me. And they feel the same way. I just think I need to get that out there on YouTube. And as well as the governors, obviously, are telling their citizens the same thing.